Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 and another part of this series with Ajax, and today we have both legs of the Champions League semi-final to look forward to. Since the last time we did win the Dutch Cup final in the last episode. Following that we won 4-0 against Heerenveen, a very good performance from Sebastiano Esposito. Another hat-trick for him. He's got quite a few hat-tricks this season. Nice additional goal for Gabriel Jesus as well. Junior here with the throw-in. Jesus back to Junior. He then whipped it across. It hit the keeper and then Esposito got the first. Another throw-in from Junior went straight in. Esposito with an easy header for 2. Then Kluivert, free kick, back towards Esposito. Another header and that was 3. And then with 20 minutes to go, Osimhen got in behind, ball in and Jesus out. I'm not sure if that was a volley, but it went into the roof of the net. And it was a 4-0 victory. Very nicely done from the team. We are still unbeaten in every match this season. I've never had a season anywhere near as good as this. This is absolutely next level. But it's only really going to matter if we win the Champions League. So we've got 2 games against Man City, 2 league games. And if we survive those 2 Man City games, a Champions League final. So we're 5 matches away from an unbeaten season in all competitions. Something that I'm reasonably confident has never happened before, because no matter what league you're in, that would have involved winning the Champions League. And I just can't imagine that has ever happened, given how few invincible seasons there have been. So we really are on the verge of making some incredible history. But Man City, a really difficult team, and in the final we will face either Liverpool or Barcelona, so it doesn't get any harder than this. And going in today, I'm not sure whether to put Bellingham in for this one. We could put Bruno Fernandes in there. I'm going to make the late change and then swap these 2 around. There we go. I feel more confident about that. But we're going to have Esposito and Jesus up front, Macias and Kluivert on the wings with Barrow and Fernandes in the middle. Then Firpo, Pieri, Sayonchu and Dest in defence. And Ratzi is going to continue in goal, even though Henderson is back in. I feel more confident about having a keeper who's played a few games, done okay, than a keeper who's only played a few games and been out with injury for a little while. Now this Man City team, still dangerous, but not the biggest threat that they've been in recent seasons. So Lautaro Martinez, obviously a huge danger. Sterling, diminished a little bit. Silva, very diminished. De Bruyne, very dangerous. Arthur and Fabian, I think our midfield is stronger than their midfield. And then their defence, I think, has some weaknesses. Walker and Cancelo, not quite the defenders they were. Bastoni and Stones as well, very vulnerable, I think. And Ederson in goal, always difficult to get past. But we're going to see what we can do. It is young against old in this one. The average ages, I think, of these two teams probably have about 5 years between them. So we'll have to see if that can go in our favour. We are at home. I was hoping that'd be another goal like it was against PSG, but De Bruyne forward, good cutout by Sayonchu. Now Barrow plays it over the top, headed straight back to Ederson there. Very quickly played back to Ederson. That needed to be on target for the keeper at least. Ball forward again. Pieri wins it again. We're not letting Martinez get the first header here. Kluivert switches the play, but it's headed back. Now Bernardo Silva. Arthur forward to Lautaro. Now Sterling turns the defender inside out, but that's a really trash shot, I think is the only way you can describe that. That was terrible. 10 minutes in, still 0-0. We haven't really turned up yet. Ederson out to Stones. Now Arthur. De Bruyne plays it over the top. Should be cleared up by Dest, who's kept it in. Sayonchu. Let's get that away from Ratzi on the goal line if we can. Pieri out to Junior. He cuts inside. Players out to his right. If he can go for it, he's still going here, Junior. And then he finds Barrow, shot blocked. Fernandes back to Barrow. Esposito's in. And they unlock the defence there beautifully. Sebastiano Esposito gets his 47th goal of the season in a Champions League semi-final. We have a 1-0 lead. Junior created this. He pulled their entire left side into the middle and the middle to the right, which left some gaps. And when the players rushed out, Esposito, left unmarked, wrong foots Ederson in goal and finds the back of the net. 47 goals now this season for him. He could very well end up on 50. I would imagine he will end up on 50. But most importantly, you have 1-0 lead, and Bruno Fernandes over a free kick, dead centre. What a dangerous position. He goes for goal, and he's just clipped the crossbar as it goes over. Might need to improve our shooting range in this game. If we try to get creative, see if we can unlock the defence a little bit more. Doesn't seem to have had a big impact on the midfield and strikers. Ratzi, though, out to Sayuncu. I'm quite confident about the experience we've got in the team now. I feel like that's something that was missing, but Sayuncu, Fernandes, Jesus, they all add that experience to a young side. And Stones there, forced to go back to Ederson. 2 players charging out. Bastoni on the ball. Down to Cancelo at left back. He's lost out to Kluivert. Kluivert charging into the box. He's got players to his left. He might go himself. He does. And Ederson, there wasn't enough power on the shot to get it past him, and it was also far too central, so he was just able to pluck it out the sky. But going into half-time at home, we are 1-0 up, and I think a little bit more accurate shooting, we could look to be very dangerous in the second half. We're going to go straight out there. The team's not struggling too much. Fabian's got a knock for them. De Bruyne has just dropped below 80. We might want to swap out Dest at some point. As they put the ball in, it's cleared out, and now Macias can counter. He's got players across from him. He's taking it all the way to the edge of the area. Holds it up. Ball goes across. It's come to Kluivert. He holds up play and then is dispossessed. Oh, I thought Lautaro Martinez was going to get there, but Jesus looks for Esposito. It's cleared away, but only as far as Sayuncu. Get rid of it. There he goes. Back to Ratzi. He needs to just play this one out gently. He goes to Dest. Now Fernandes. Barrow. Plays it. Oh, what a ball to Jesus against his former team. He's brought down in the box. It might have been Bastoni, who's on a yellow card as well. That could be a red if this is given as a VAR. As a penalty rather than a VAR. Given as a penalty by VAR. Just wait for the ref to come back. What's he saying? He's saying it's a penalty. And are they about to go down to 10 men as well? Bastoni awaits his fate as a ref comes over. No penalty. It was Cancelo on the slide. Or no red card. Esposito with the penalty. Scores. It's 2-0 now against Manchester City. Esposito, 48 for him. And we are on track for our first Champions League final. Esposito finding that bottom corner beautifully. A 2-0 lead now against Manchester City at home. The main thing now will be keeping that clean sheet. But here's Dest with a throw, and he's gone long looking for Esposito. Cancelo out to Kluivert. Fernandes to Barrow. Oh, I thought that was going to be another Lampard-esque finish from the edge of the area, but he's just bent it round the post. We do need to start making some substitutions now, I think. We can bring Mazraoui on. I'm wary of players on yellow cards. We do have Gaia available, so let's bring him on as well. Let's refresh the fullbacks who do a lot of work with this formation. I might also look to take off Kluivert, who hasn't had the best game. We could put Anthony out there as well. He's signed a new contract with the club. But Man City have a throw in here. We need to make sure we don't concede. And Jesus has the ball. Gaia to Pieri. Just playing it between them. Now Fernandes. Out wide to Gaia. Ball over the top. Esposito's onto it for the hat-trick, but he can't beat Ederson. That would have been great if he'd got back-to-back hat-tricks there. 10 minutes to go. I'm going to tell the team to get creative. Mazraoui with the throw-in. Goes long. Bastoni away. Cancelo further out. They clear it forward here. De Bruyne. This is dangerously slick play from Man City. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Ball goes out. And they got a lucky ricochet. Bernardo Silva gets the goal. And that is a sucker punch to concede an away goal at that time. Verscharen coming in. Lautaro Martinez played the ball across. And it was a slide tackle there from Barrow, I think, which played Bernardo Silva in. 15th goal of the season for him. And now we have just a few minutes left. Gaia with a long throw here in towards the box. Esposito, how did Ederson get that? He leapt like 6 feet off the ground to save that. And now they could make it all square. Sterling in, but Ratzi with a good, confident stop that late in the day. Now Sayuncu to Mazraoui. Ball over the top, cleared away. De Bruyne, they're looking very dangerous, Man City. And Mazraoui away. Now Anthony. Tries to take it down the right, cuts inside well. He's got players making a run if he can pick them out. He does. Esposito, tame finish again. He could have had 4 today. And we have just a few minutes left here at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Walker into De Bruyne, not like this. Lautaro Martinez straight at the keeper there. Well, Ratzi tries to bring it away. That was dangerous. Gaia heads it forward. It does come to Macias. Now Gaia, if we could just keep our cool a bit, guys, that'd be really helpful. Now Gabriel Jesus on the attack. He does have Esposito up there. He's doing it himself. He plays through Anthony. And again, Edison with the save. The flag's up anyway. That's going to be full time, surely. But that has been a tough blow, that late goal. And the fact we didn't take all of our chances means that we've not killed this tie in the way we should have. And we are probably going to need that away goal. But it is, we need to take this for what it is. It is a win against Manchester City in the semi-final of the Champions League. We keep that unbeaten run going. People trying to come in for Barrow for 98 million. I think you'll have to pay a little bit more than that. But we are keeping this run going. Next up, we have a game against AZ Alkmaar. I'll play that off cam, and then we will come back and take on Manchester City in Manchester for a place in the Champions League final. So lots to look forward to, and I'll see you in just a second. Well, here it is, the final game of the episode and potentially of the season. We are taking on Manchester City away from home. A few changes to the team for this match. I'm trying to sort of think about how's it going to work best. I can't really explain it, but this is the team I've chosen to go with. We've got Ratzi back in goal. Henderson did play at the weekend, but he's going to be in the goal for this one. We've got Dest, Sayuncu, Pieri and Firpo in defence. I like Sayuncu and Pieri. Pieri tends to play because he's quite good playing alongside one of the other defenders. He tends to be the first name in defence actually because he plays well on the left side, whereas all the other defenders tend to be a bit more right-footed on the right side of the defence. So hopefully he can do a good job today. We've got Barrow and Bellingham coming in to stay in the midfield. I just thought Bellingham's 100-100. I think this is his time to shine. Bailey comes in on the right as well, also 100-100. And then we have Macias. Bailey's expecting us to win the Champions League. Macias out on the left for this one. We could potentially switch him out for other players. We do have Cliver available, but I think Macias is the right player at this moment. And then, of course, Esposito and Jesus up front. We did win the last match 3-0. I'll quickly show the highlights from this. It was a fairly routine win against one of our closest rivals, AZ Alkmaar. But we were never really in doubt. Unfortunately, the other teams in the Eredivisie have been getting worse with time rather than better. So there is no real rival left for us. But Gravenberch with a stunning first goal for us to make it 1-0. Then Bruno Fernandes with a corner. Anthony got his 6th goal of the season. A very nice finish. And then Gravenberch out to Mazzari. Gravenberch does well here. Just gets it through 2 defenders. Dinks it in. And a nice header from Anthony for his 7th of the season, and our 3rd of the game, and now we are potentially 3 games away from this perfect season. So can we do it in Manchester? That's the question. Can we beat Manchester City? We don't even need to beat them, we just need to not lose, and certainly not lose without scoring a couple of goals, and not by more than 1 goal. So there's a few caveats, but if we could avoid defeat, that would be perfect in every level. This team a little bit changed from the last one. They've brought Verschieren in for De Bruyne, who's been moved back into the centre. He obviously did well when he came off the bench in the last match. Otherwise, it is the same team that we played last time. So it is going to be a dangerous one. I want to make sure we do pick this up properly. And yes, the team has reacted well to that. So the Champions League music's just been playing, and we are now in. We are 90 minutes away from a Champions League semi-final, and it's gone through to Jesus, and he scored in the first minute at the Etihad, and Manchester City's away goal ruled out just like that. And if we score another away goal, Manchester City are going to need 4. So they have really just blown a hole in their Champions League ambitions by selling us Jesus in the first place and then allowing him to score 42 seconds into the game. Fantastic stuff, and now we've really got the wind in our sails. Bellingham brings the ball forward. He's got players to his right. It does roll out there. Now Dest Oh, look at that pace from Dest. He's attacking down the right flank. He's got 4 in the box. He pulls it back to Barrow. He can tee up Bellingham. Laid off to Macias. Oh, and that would have been perfect if Bellingham could have set up Macias for the finish. But it was just bent around that post. Now Dest with the throw-in into Jesus again. Those throw-ins causing absolute havoc back there. And Dest has beaten the defender. And there's a foul on the edge of the area. And this could be a penalty. Another VAR penalty for us against Manchester City in the Champions League semi-final. What is the referee going to say? It could be a free kick, could be a penalty. Let's see what he calls it. De Bruyne gave it away. Oh, it's a penalty. Esposito will have the chance from the spot. Can we make it 2 and pretty much book our place in the Champions League final? Esposito does score. It's 2-0. And Manchester City now need to score 4 goals today to get through into the final. And they have to hope that we don't score any more. Esposito there did so well because Ederson had actually stepped to that side of the goal and then dived. So he must have hit that really hard to get it past Ederson. But we are now totally in control of this time. Man City look absolutely shell-shocked. They haven't had a shot on target. Well, they just have. And their team look tired. They're obviously still fighting for the Premier League title. We rested this entire 11 for the weekend, so we have no such problems. If we get an injury, we can bring Justin Kluivert on. We are in such a good place right now. Walker plays it back to Fabian. Man City need to get a goal in this first half because they are going to be on their last legs in that second half. Ball played all the way back to Ederson in goal. He tees it out to João Cancelo. Now Sterling pulls it back. De Bruyne's got the ball. He finds Lautaro Martinez. Now Sterling cuts inside. He's beaten the defender. But Ratzi with yet another great save. And they've just reacted really badly to some feedback. Pieri gets the ball away from the free kick. Now Esposito. He's got a man on the left. It's Justin Kluivert off the bench. I forgot I brought him on. He can't get the ball in first time. He has another chance. He puts it in. It's come to Jesus, who scores again. It's 3-0. Gabriel Jesus does it again. He is killing his former team here. 3-0. We now lead in Manchester, and it looks like this unbeaten season is going to continue all the way to the Champions League final. Look at that goal from Jesus. It's 3-0, a stunning volley past the wrong-footed keeper. And we are pretty much 1 foot in the final. We're 45 minutes away from the Champions League final with Ajax. That is something like when we were beaten 5-0 by Celtic last season in the Europa League knockout stages. I would never have thought we'd be making the Champions League final just 12 months later. But not only that, we haven't lost a game since that 5-0 defeat to Ajax. As the ball goes in again, Kluivert can't get past Ederson this time. It's 5-1 on aggregate. They need 5 goals in just over half an hour, Man City, if they're going to make the final. Here's De Bruyne, ball out wide to Bernardo Silva. Can he get a goal? He finds Sterling, and they have got a goal back. That's a little bit frustrating. Raheem Sterling with the finish. So now they need 4 goals in 34 minutes to try and get into that final. Bernardo Silva, it's a great ball across, and Sterling doing what he does. Clinical poacher's finish there right at the back stick. And so now, half an hour to go. Can we get over the line? Cancelo to Fabian. Ball across to De Bruyne. This feels a bit like that Paris tie where we finished 4-4, and again Lautaro Martinez has just scored. What on earth are the team doing? 2 goals in a minute. And suddenly this tie feels a little bit different because they're only 3 goals away from knocking us out now. Lautaro Martinez, I mean, how did neither of the central defenders get to that ball? But it's gone in. And now we have a job to do. Man City have certainly woken up in this second half. Here's Bastoni back. Forward to De Bruyne. Now Lautaro Martinez back to De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva on the attack down the right. Back to Walker. He puts it in. Martinez is in there again, and that one has gone wide. If that had gone in, I'd be convinced we're going out. We have half an hour now to see out. The team are fresher than this Man City side. This really shouldn't be happening. Ball goes out to Kluivert, who's turned into the box beautifully there, but he can't get it past Ederson as it goes out. We get a corner in by Bailey. Pieri arriving, but it's cleared away. Bellingham Gets to the ball. Plays it over to Sayuncu. Now Barrow. Needs a bit of help out there. He goes back to Dest. 20 minutes-ish to go. We are still leading on the night. Barrow over to Sayuncu. He's giving it away to Martinez. What on earth is he doing? And he's just put it wide. We need to change up these centre-backs. They're having an absolute shocker. But I don't have anybody to bring on. This is very dangerous. Now Dest has got an injury. That's not ideal. No matter what way you look at it, that is not ideal. Especially as we don't have Mazraoui available. I think I'm going to have to move Firpo out there and bring Gaia on the left. We're also just going to have to drop back a bit. We've got 15 minutes left. Let's just drip feed another substitution in. Leon Bailey can probably come off for Anthony for a little bit. 15 minutes left to see out. 10 minutes left. We really are at that point of counting down the minutes. De Bruyne in, and it's another goal. Flags up. Something's gone off. An offside in there. I don't know how he's offside from a corner. Unless it hit someone else before Martinez stuck it in. But we survived that one. 5 minutes to go. And that was a free kick, I think. Who's this going to be? It's Sane over it. Still at the club, apparently. And he has found the back of the net. And now it's 3-3 on the night. And they are 2 goals away. Is there another bit of Manchester magic in the Champions League? I mean, Ratzi there. That is a horror show. It's going to have to be Henderson for the final after this performance. We do have a free kick in a good position. Can we kill it now? Esposito going for the goal. He puts it in. He does score 50 goals for the season now for Esposito. And all of the nerves are now settled. We are 3 goals clear going into added time. At the end of the match, we are definitely in the final. We're probably going to win on the night, and Esposito has 50 goals for the season. Throw in here from Bastoni goes forward, out to Sane, trying to beat the fullbacks. He's a danger player now. He puts it over the top. Lautaro Martinez gets in, and I mean, there's no way Ratzi is starting the final after this. This is horrific goalkeeping. Maybe we shouldn't have let Onana leave. I wonder if keeping an unhappy player causing a slightly more unhappy squad could potentially have been the right decision. I mean, Martinez should never be finishing from there. It's 4-4 again in the second leg in this Champions League campaign. Not the first time this has happened, but it looks like we're going to keep that unbeaten run going, and we are in the Champions League final. That was, again, I'm pretty sure that exact thing happened in the last in the tie against PSG, where we were 3-0 up, and then went 4-3 down before getting an equaliser. So a slight variation this time, but we have made it to the Champions League final. Dest is out for 4 weeks. Macias is out for a week, and we've qualified for the Club World Championship, which is nice. And it's happening this year, so it's probably worth staying for the Club World Championship, I would imagine. Just to see if we can get a win there. But we are now heading to the Champions League final. Who are we going to play? It's Liverpool. They dismantled Barcelona 7-1. That's not a huge surprise. Barcelona nearly knocked out by Porto earlier in this competition. So if we just have a quick look at this Liverpool side, they've still got Klopp in charge. They've got a lot of very good players here. Mane, Salah still there. De Jong's there. Dybala's there. Declan Rice. It is still the same team that you get at the start of this game, except for a few key signings. They do often bring in De Jong. Dybala's a good fit. And then they've also got Declan Rice just adding a bit of strength in midfield. So it is going to be a really tough team to beat, especially as in the Champions League. If you look at these past winners, Liverpool made every final for the last 4 years. So this is not going to be easy. Well, now 5 years in a row they've made the final. They are the best team in the game. If we want to be European champions, they're the team we have to beat going into that final. So that is going to be it for today's episode. Next time out, we will just do the Champions League final. Then we'll do the end of season review, and we'll decide if we want to stay at Ajax for another season or not. But if you enjoyed that two-legged tie against Man City, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe so you can see if we can do the unbeaten season and win the Champions League in the next episode. But until next time, see ya.